What's up? What's going on? Let me get this shared up real quick. What's up? What's going on? Share this up on X and share this up real quick. Hopefully, you all had a good day yesterday. 1 second. I got a bunch of plays set to the side. Let's try to breeze through them. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Um, all right. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. Mm-mm-mm. Takes a lot to share this crap up. Thumbnail today is Jalen Duran. Yesterday, Maxi, 41. What's Jalen Duran going to do today? I don't fucking know. We're going to see. Good morning. I did cash in on chalkboard, but I needed one rebound and point from Scoot to cash in on sleep. I got hooked there. Ugh. Ugh. That's ugly, man. That's definitely ugly, right? Oh, man, that's bad. I don't like it, man. Let's check to see if we live here on X, and we are, right? So let me go ahead on and pin that. Bang, pin that, and we will switch it out here. Okay. All right. So we got a little notification here. Let's check the news. And as we can see, Sam Merrill's questionable. Uh, Jaquez available. SARS out. Garland's out. Oh shit. Kobe White participated in the shoot around. Anthony Davis a week. And, Grady Dick and da 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 da, right? Ooh, don't want to talk about that, but I got to, right? Going over the plays from yesterday. Nice day overall. And here's the Dub Club right here for you guys. I've been dropping the plays here first, right here in the Dub Club, so you guys know, right? So, at the end of the day, we did have a reboot for Anthony Davis, and then we go 4 or 5. So we doubled our money here in the sixth pick, right? uh, Dame Lillard just didn't want to. He didn't want to win, right? He didn't want to win. He didn't want to crush them folks. It is what it is, right? Some of the straights I gave out. I mean, the triple double for LeBron, he was tracking, whatever, right? But the different with the main play. I mean, the triple double, if you wanted to get there, got to get there. The main play was the 15 and a half rebounds and assists. He cashed that. Damian Lillard, like I said, he didn't want to get there. Pods, right? We definitely was taking a ladder spot on pods. We already knew that. He ended up cashing the regular line with ease. Remember, betting against the injury report, right? Back to back versus a depleted um, tanking Utah team, of course, right? Uh, Curry probably wasn't going to play the game. So pods, we took him. I took him up to 20 points. I mean, 15 points here. 4 plus 700. I didn't think about going to 20 points. That probably would have been plus 1200 or something like that. But man, I didn't think about going to 20 points. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about. Then we had a monster parlay here, right? Plus 129, plus 12,000. Um, one assist away from smacking that, right? one assist away from smacking that. We took the 6 assists, the 15 points, and Collier ended up getting us 9 assists. Then I ran it back, I doubled it up, and I played it with Pods for 4 assists when I should have went 8 assists for Collier. Like, that was so frustrating, right? Frustrating. And then Collier, the 6.5 assists was an added play that I added in a dub club there. So it is what it is. Whatever, right? Whatever, right? I hope Fox get traded to my Spurs. I hope he goes to where he wants to go. That seems to be where he wants to go. Then I can't talk you off of it. I couldn't. I couldn't. I would like to see him go to Orlando, but hopefully he gets his wishes. The hockey taco did hit for me, but AD was rebooted. I'm glad I faded Dame's taco. Uh, I don't know what Dame's taco was. I think he ended up having 20 points. It might have been 21. I don't know, right? I didn't take it though, and I'm supposed to play Anthony Simons points. I missed it, man. Either way it go, it is what it is, right? So, going through this slate here, we got what 11 games, 12 games. Interesting, right? Interesting. So, I got a bunch of plays to the side here. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, right? Got a bunch of plays to the side here. Let's just ramble through it. It was 20 and a half. He missed that by the hook then. All right, so I can get back to cooking, right? Let me go ahead and cook and start so I can start dumping stuff into the dub club, right? So first and foremost, um, Detroit Pistons at Indiana Pacers. We got an over under 231 in this spot here. This is it's coming. It's getting ready to be a rivalry here, right? So a couple plays that I had to the side here, and a lot of these plays you can look at them for same game parlays. People doing them long plays, all that, right? So Pascal Siakam, right? Pascal Siakam has historically been in a good spot versus this team. If you just look at this team versus the power forward position, if you want to take a look there, versus the power forward position, they green in points allowed, green in rebounds, green assists allowed, right? Head to head here, looking at his PRAs head to head, he's hit this number in 5 out of his last 7 games versus this team. And points is really what I was what I really had him in there for. So looking at his points here, uh, he's been pretty consistent this year and as of late, right? Hovering around that 20-point mark. He's had 20 points or better in he's had 20 points or better in well, he's hit this line in 5 of his last 10 games, right? So, like I said, with the matchup favoring him versus the power forward position, and like I said, points wise, he's hit this number versus his team. 4 of his last 7 games, but at least 20, I would say with this minus this 19, at least 20 points in every game except for one. He's in an okay spot, right? So and the numbers back it up versus power forward. He's just gonna have to be aggressive. So a lean there, strong lean, whatever you want to call it. Lean towards the over points for Pascal Siakam. Tobias Harris, historically, right back at you, right? If you want to take a look at the PRAs for the power forwards versus Indiana, right? They in the green. Points allowed, rebounds allowed, assists allowed over the course of the season, right? So head to head here, looking at the PRAs, he's 3 of 5 to this number versus this team. Um, Now, last 10 games for Tobias Harris hasn't been looking all that good, but I would only be looking at him for points, right? And then, lo and behold, he's been, ailing in the point department as of late as well. His last 4 games hadn't looked good, right? But in the points department, head to head, he might like to play against this team. 4 of his last 5 games, he's had hit his points prop. Even if you want to come down to 10, he's 100% to the 10, right? So lean towards the over. This game's starting to points for him. It's just a small lean. Lately, he hasn't been hitting his points prop, so keep that in mind. But in same game parlays, I can see, what I'm saying, it's getting ready to be builded out, right? So next play would be Miles Turner. Lo and behold, we definitely look at Detroit here versus centers here. Look at the Detroit 3 pointers, right? So they in the green. They are in the green. And last time these two teams played, he gave these guys 8 threes, right? 8 of them, right? So Miles Turner, 1.5 threes is a parlay piece for me. If you want to get down to 2.5, FanDuel is probably the best line at plus 210, 3.5 and 4.5. And they want you to try that shit again, right? They want us to really ladder this threes up. He hit 8 threes versus these guys last time. I wouldn't be surprised if he come out here and hit this 5 threes, right? He does have 5-3 upside, and you can look at the attempts. He's hit the 2 threes in 8 of his last 10 games. At the end, the 3-point attempts, he can get up there. 11 um, versus Detroit, he hit 8 of them. 5 attempts, 9 attempts versus the Spurs, 7 attempts versus the Spurs. The attempts are there for somebody like him. All he has to do is go out there and make them. Or you can look at his raw points. Raw points for him sitting at 14, 15 and a half. He's hit this number 5 of his last 10 games. Head to head in this matchup, he's 4-7 to this number. 2 of his 3, he had 20 points. Each and every time he went over this number, he had 20 points or better. If you want to ladder his points up to 20 or something like that, you can probably get his points. Let's see. Ladder points ladder at 20 is at plus 230. Probably the best line right there, right? On FanDuel. At the end of the day, his points and plus threes are in play. Now, uh, Jalen Duran. 100% hit rate on this on versus this team with the double double. 6 for 6 in his last 6 games. 6 for 6 to the double double for him. You'll get the double double at plus 120 at minus 125. I sprinkled that. That's one of my official plays there. Double double for Jalen Duran. You can get this on the books. You should be able to get it on sleeper, some shit like that. It is what it is. If you want to go points plus rebounds, be my guest. Head to head, historically, he's hit this number every game except for one. And if you want to go rebounds, he's hit this number 11 and a half in 6 straight games. And his raw points there, um, yeah, every game except for one. Last 10 in the points category, double digit points in 8 straight games. He hit this line in 4 of his last 6, right? And rebounds, all he has to do, he just has to keep his hands to himself, right? He's 50% to this rebound number, but double digit rebounds, he's hit double digit rebounds in 6 of his last 10. Um, so other ancillary guys, the other guys, Azar Thompson. Here's a guy I'm looking at Azar Thompson rebounds in this spot here, right? When you got bigs out there like Turner shooting a three, um, I mean, anything can happen, right? The 4.5 rebounds, it could be a parlay piece here. Head to head versus this team, Czar Thompson has hit this number in 4 of his last 5 games, including sixes and sevens. Last time these two teams played, we did hit the 7. We played it and he cashed it as a parlay piece, or maybe me taking 6 is not out of the realm of possibilities. I like to do that, right? A solid 5 on prospects is in play, and then the 5.5 at plus 125 and the 6.5 at plus 200. You never know. You might get 10 rebounds out of them for plus 1,000. But the rebounds are in play for somebody like Azar Thompson. Not mentioning Cade Cunningham. I'm not mentioning Tyrese Halliburton. Those guys are self-explanatory. You can do what you want to do. Okay. Um, Now, next play here we're going to look at is going to be Nick Claxton, right? So, versus this team, he's got back-to-back double doubles, but not this year, right? This will be the first time he's seeing this team this year. Okay, um, then he'll see some Diabate, right? And speaking of Diabate, well, we'll get to that in 1 second. He'll see some Diabate today. Okay, his regular rebound line. I got this up here because it's tremendous value right now, right? At a plus 300. If you want to get there, be my guest, right? You could look at his individual points line. He had a 20 game last year and a 14 game last year, but that was last year. Um, right now, we're looking at this 10.5 points. He's hit this number in 4 of his last 10 games. Um, and then the rebound line, which I like the most, is sitting at 7.5. and he's hit this number in 4 of his last 10 games. But historically, he's hit this number frequently in the only last 2 games he played, right? So I do like the 7.5 at a -140, even if it's a parlay piece. If you want to get there, and or the double double, I might be sprinkling on a double double at +300. Why not, right? So, um, there you have that. Um, Miles Bridges, right? He'll have the top usage on this team today. Points opened up at 22 and a half. It's at 23 and a half. He's going to take 20 shots, probably. More than likely, he's going to take 20 shots. He's hovered around this number in each and every last game that he played, including one game this year versus Brooklyn, where Claxton did not play. And you can also look at his rebounds as well. His rebounds um, sitting at 7.5. Let's see. He has been rebounding the ball a little bit better as of late, 410 to this number. But like I said, no Mark Williams, no LaMelo Ball. So we're going to be looking at Miles Bridges with the top usage. And then second, which I didn't pull the trigger or I didn't add him to my player pool, but it would be Smith Jr., right? Smith Jr. So he'll be second in line for the usage here, on his team. But where I know the usage is coming from is gonna be Miles Bridges here. So 23 and a half points from a usage standpoint. He's gonna love it today, right? He's gonna love to shoot that shot. You can't tell me otherwise, right? Ancillary plays here. I'm gonna add him to the point prop because it is what it is. He'll be playing second fiddle, but you could also look at the assists for Nick Smith at 3.5 at plus money. He's hit this number in 3 of his last 4 games. That's probably what I'll be looking at here. Maybe the 3.5. I know Misic will probably be running the point guard, but the value is right here at 3.5. So let me add the 3.5 assists here and then backpedal. How about on backpedal and take his points down, right? Even though his points are in play for me, but I'm not gonna try to wreck my brain. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna try to wreck my brain or whatever. With all these games, I'm sticking to the people who's supposed to do what they're supposed to do. But for the plus money though, those assists are in play for Nick Smith Jr. He's hit that number in 3 of his last 4 games. Okay, so um, next play, well, Diabate, right? We don't have him on the books yet. I don't think we have any lines out. I want to take a look at it. I imagine his rebound prop to come out at we don't have any lines for Diabate right now. But I imagine his line to come out at 7.5, and I'll like it, right? And I probably would like it up to 10. He's done wonders in the in the rebound category in the past, with all these guys being hurt, right? So those are what I'm looking at now. Plays that I didn't add here. You could look at D'Angelo Russell's points plus threes. I think him and Ben Simmons are going to be playing. And then you can look at the combo for Ben Simmons, where you can look at the rebounds plus assists at 11 and a half. In fact, I got to add that. I don't have to add shit, but I'm going to add it as a lean, right? Ben Simmons rebounds and assists. I got to add that, right? I got to add that. Even if I don't play it, I got to add that, right? Um, Rebounds plus assists. So everybody got it at 12 and a half. This is where you'll find value at right here on FanDuel, right? So you'll slide in the alternate at 11 and a half. Bang. You got it on FanDuel. That's the best number right there, right? FanDuel is and Caesars are offering it at Caesars are offering it at -180. Um, you could look at Ben Simmons at FanDuel 11 and a half. I like that. Let me add that. I'm probably gonna play that, right? Um, he said Pat said he liked Russell's points plus assists. I couldn't talk you off that either, And what else would I say here? No, I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep it moving. The threes though, I could see instances like if we could get Ben Simmons might come off the bench though, right? I don't know how this shit will work. He might come off the bench. Let's see. D'Angelo Russell, 2.5 threes at plus money. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. I ain't gonna lie. Looks good to me. It's a lean for me, right? I'm a lean towards the over. Um, So this Denver Nuggets and New York Knicks game, right? I didn't add anything for this game, any plays for this game, right? But what I would say is Denver Nuggets, they have a hard time stopping people, right? So Cat's gonna go out there and do cat things. Him and Joker are gonna try to stay out of foul trouble. I couldn't talk you off any numbers for these centers, offensive numbers. I couldn't talk you off any numbers. One play, one one guy who I'm having. I want to. I think we got the edge. I think we got an edge here, right? Just thinking about this guy here, I'm just wondering, right? I'm gonna have to like his matchup here. I don't see an instance where. Okay, so I didn't add him, right? Boy, I got a lot of plays, so I didn't add him. So let's go ahead and do this, right? Um, There it goes right there. So let's talk about let's Aaron Gordon. I think I think right. So he's got this pattern thing going on. He's hitting his points prop since he's been back right here on the 12th. He's hitting his points prop every other game, right? Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Guess what? Today is yes. So 10 and a half points for him is not out of the realm of possibilities. Um, right now, as you can see, the minutes, he played 24 minutes, he played 22 minutes. He's on the minutes limit, right? The coach is going to tell you when they put him on there, but they're not going to tell you when they take him off, right? I'm willing to take this stab here, right? As many minutes as these guys play here, I can see instances where he get matched up with Josh Hart, right? Somebody who I'm not a big fan of defensively, and you want to get on these numbers early, right? Pause, whatever the case may be. But for 15 points here, you'll get it at plus 290, so on and so forth, as well as the rebounds, right? This is enticing because I mean, outside of Cat, and then you got who else? Cat and Hart. Those guys are doing the rebounding. I mean, his rebound line has been at 3.5 since he's been back. I mean, come on, give me a break, right? Like, man, and then I bet on him a couple of times. He missed it. I'm like, oh man. I think I bet on him right here. Philly. He's coming off a 6 rebound game, a 4 rebound game. Then he completely gave me a zilch. Like sold, sold out, sold everything. He was done, right? Came with a zero. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. If you want to get to it early, get to it early right now. 10.5 points, be my guest. And I think he's been going out there hitting a few threes. We know he can get sneaky and hit a few threes here and there. Um, he's hit his line is set at one on all these books as a parlay piece. I couldn't talk you off of that. He's hit 1 3 since in his last 4 games. He's hit a three or better in 3 of his last 4 games. But the over 10.5 points here, um, I'm I'm really probably going to take a stab at it, right? So I'll put that over there in the old cage over there, right? So um, keeping it moving here. So I'm going past that game and I'm going to the Philadelphia 76ers and the Sacramento Kings, right? So I guess if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it, right? Uh, you know, Malik Monk, right? So the assist prop for him, he continues to hit this prop. He's hit this number in 8 of his last 10 games. So give me the over 6.5 assists versus this Philadelphia team on a back to back. Yes, please. He's got the weapons to go out there and hit this prop. Of course, a plus 120 on this is my first official play of the day. I played it at 6.5. Like I said, he's had 7 assists in 4 straight games, 9 and 3 of his last. Well, actually, 9 assists in one, two, three, four, 5 of his last 7 games. If you want to go up to 9, be my guest on the latter side. Couldn't even talk you off a double double. He's loading. He just ain't put the clip in, right? So he had a double double right here on January 5th. That's the last time he had it, but he's been flirting with it. So it is what it is, right? The double double, okay? I mean, 6.5 assists, add plus money. You can ladder it up to 9 because that's like his seem like his ceiling, right? Speaking of this game, um, I'm looking at Eric Gordon, right? So Eric Gordon, he's going to come out there. He's going to pop that thing when he gets a chance to, right? So, 7 of his last 10 games, he's hit three threes or better, including 4 straight. You're going to get good plus money at plus 145. I took the over 2.5 threes for Eric Gordon, right? Give me that, right? So, looking at over the course of the season, the shooting guard here, the 3 pointers made, and Sacramento, they're almost giving up almost 5 threes to that position. I'd imagine he'll probably get some Fox, something like that. Hey, all you got to, savvy veteran, all you got to do is make the shots. It is what it is, right? Give me the over, 2.5 threes for him. I'll probably take 2 threes and parlays, whatever, right? So, that's that. Now, I could talk about Sabonis. He's in a great spot here. Keep an eye out on the injury news for this team. Maxi is going to do Maxi things, right? So at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So forget it, right? Let's just keep it moving. Um, the next game here would be man. So I like this game. I like this game before. Um, I like this game before. I like this game before Garland got ruled out, right? So, um, I got to look at this game for same game parlay atmosphere, right? This is just how it's gonna be. Um, I should have took that assist, that 4.5 assists. Mm. Now Donovan Mitchell's at 5.5. What's Donovan Mitchell points at? 26.5. Okay, so I really like this game. Donovan Mitchell assists, Donovan Mitchell points, Donovan Mitchell fancy score. I like this game here. He's gonna have his fans all over this game. Probably gonna get somebody. I don't know who's gonna start. Maybe Ty Jerome. I mean, I don't fucking know, right? But at the end of the day, here, let me see something. Boy, I got so many plays, man. This is gonna be one of them days here. One of them days. Um, let me see. Garland, Wade, Levert. So Struss, Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome could pop that three. He just went like 8 for 8. Merrill is questionable. Mm. Okay, well, here's the thing, right? So what I had to the side here, look, let me just I know so I had Tyler Hero, Bam, Duncan Robinson, Khalil. I like this game. I like this game. So this is what I had, right? Last time these two teams played, Tyler Hero was on one. They actually won that game. Um, he ended up going out there. He had 12 assists, eight. No. Let me stop. He had 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 34 points. Right. Lately, he's been balling. Okay. In the assist category, he's been getting there. So shout out to him. His last 4 games, he's hit 7 assists or better. His assist props in there 4.5. He's doing a lot for this team right now. The points, right? Points plus assists would probably be the way that I was going to look at him if I wanted to take a combo. But the points at 24 and a half and or the threes, I like it, right? Last time these two teams played, he hit all of that. Not a fan of any of this backcourt defense here. It's not the backcourt defense is not very good. Long story short, I mean, this is the same game parlay atmosphere here, right? Uh, I can't get around it. I mean, you look at I had I had Khalil Ware, his 3 pointers to the side, right? I've just had all types of shit. His 3 pointers at plus 145 for 1.5. He's hit that number in 3 of his last 4. This is going to be a battle of twin towers. It's going to have almost 4 7-footers out there at the same time. This is going to be some shit, right? So, um, I mean, God damn, this is going to be some shit. Bam, his double doubles in play. Like, it's gonna be a lot, man. So I'm gonna have to pump my brakes on this one here. Same game, probably atmosphere. It's gonna be lit, right? I think it's gonna be lit. And then look at Ty Jerome. I knew it was gonna be Ty Jerome. Mm, got his shit locked. Then looking at the threes here, Duncan Robinson. I think it's 5 straight games, 4 or 5 straight games. He hit the over 2.5 threes there. As a parlay piece, you can take that or you can take more, right? So it's going to be one. It's going to be one. A lot of straights today, a lot of live betting straights. Make sure you be in make sure you be on point. Chicago Bulls, Boston Celtics, right? We're dealing with injury news here. I'm definitely thinking that you know Levine is out. Kobe White questionable. I'm damn near leaning towards him being out, right? So if Kobe White's out, we're definitely looking at Ball. We're definitely looking at Giddy, rebounds and assists. Ball, 2.5 threes. I mean, 2 threes. His line is sitting at 2.5 right now, though. I couldn't talk off of that. 80% of Lonzo Balls coming from threes are coming from beyond. I mean, shots are coming from beyond the arc. Uh, I mean, he's hit 3 threes or better in 1, 2, 3. 6 of his last 8 games. I like it, man. This is what he does. He shoots the 3 ball and plays some D, right? So it is what it is. Um, Vucevic back-to-back double doubles versus this team. He's in the 1.5 3 conversation here. And speaking of 1.5 3s, Porzingis, um, I'll be looking at him in the 1.5 3 parlay piece or whatever the case may be, and I'll be waiting for the injury news for Tatum and stuff like that. Even though I've been pretty much off of Boston like that. If it ain't threes, I ain't been really fucking with them, right? So, uh, you know, looking at the bull side of things, uh, threes for LaMelo Ball, rebounds and assists for Giddy. I think it's at 14 and a half, and Vucevic either double double or 1.5 threes. That's definitely in play for me. With Levine out, Nick Vucevic could get a bump in usage, right? So I'm definitely looking at his threes and or points and assists, rebounds and assists rather. So that all that's in play for the Bulls game, right? So next game here would be the Clippers and San Antonio Spurs, right? So um, I just came down to the conclusion of, you know, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna. I've been playing Kawhi Leonard's points. I think I'm gonna fall back off of them right now, but they're in play, right? At 18 and a half. The threes, right? Wemby, I'm definitely using the 2.5 threes for Wemby as a parlay piece here at minus 154, and probably Norman Powell as well at a minus 158. I can see both of those guys hitting their 2.5 threes or teasing them down, whatever, right? Parlay pieces here from this game for me. Another interesting thing here you could take a look at would be blocks. Anytime Wemby's got an assignment where he's going to have to guard a center, but now, he's not. Zubac is not that aggressive offensively, especially as of late with Kawhi back. But versus this team, Wembyama did have a 9 block game. That was 2 games ago versus this team. So it is what it is, right? So he did have a 9 block game versus this team, so it is what it is. So you can definitely look at his blocks and stuff like that, fantasy score, yada yada yada. Dallas Mavericks, New Orleans Pelicans, over under of um um over under 233 and a half. These teams just played not too long ago. Kyrie did not play, right? So um we got a 1.5 point spread with a 233 and a half over under. That spells interesting, right? First play on the board, you already know it's the Gafford, right? Whatever you want to do it, the double double, the rebounds plus the points plus rebounds, and or the individual rebounds, individual points. I'll probably, if I can catch him on the books, on prize picks with his fantasy score, I'm definitely gonna like that, right? So, like I said, rewind it back. Whoop. Now, Kyrie did not play this game. Kyrie have given these boys 40 before though, right? So, but Kyrie did not play that last game, and the Pelicans won that game. Okay, Murphy had a good game. Uh, and I think Zion had himself a game. Okay, so um, me personally, looking at this game here, I'm looking at this game a few different ways, and I'm gonna just say, let me see, no, so Zion didn't play that game. It it was Murray and Murphy. Those are the two guys that had the games, right? But we wind it back here. I was looking at Kyrie, man, and Zion. I was thinking about taking them boys for 2020 here, but the 2020 came out to a minus 136. Of course, you could put something else in there. You could put something else in there and make it, get it down. Like I said, something like, I mean, something like Gafford, whatever the case may be here, points plus rebounds or whatever, however you want to, figure this one out. But yeah, you know, these guys can be, these guys can be of some value, right? But the 2020 from Irvin, I wouldn't, and Zion, wouldn't mind if you want, or Zion's points plus rebounds or anything like that, something like that, you can add that to the mix, right? And then as far as raw points, regular points prop here, um, it's hard to decipher how Kyrie wants to be and what he wants to do as of right now. But his points prop sitting at 25 and a half, 1.5 point spread. This could be one of those games that, it could be one of those games that, they stick around, you know. Zion 23 and a half at plus 100. It's interesting. He'll have the usage. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Um, yeah, Milwaukee, I don't know, man. They didn't want to win, man. They lost back-to-back games to Portland. That's crazy. Dame Lillard didn't even want to hit his threes. He didn't want to hit them. He didn't want to hit them. Shit. Collier had 8 assists with 6 minutes left in the third quarter and didn't get. He got one more assist. He ended it with 9 on the stat correction. But man, I was salty. I was salty for sure. I was salty. I played two versions of that. You can check the Dub Club here. I played two versions of that. I played Collier 10 assists on both of them because I knew he was going to get there. But I played Pods for 4 assists on one, and then I played Pods for 6 assists on the other. He cashed them both, right? Man, I tried to. But that's what we do it for, man. That's what we do it for, man. That's what we do it for. At the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So, um, I look at it like this: same game parlay atmosphere. The thing that I'm wrestling with right now is when I looked over the numbers. Right, I looked over the numbers. Now there could be some foul trouble instance for PJ Washington. He's gonna have to guard Zion, right? But at the end of the day, Zion gonna have to guard him, right? New Orleans Pelicans giving up the most threes to the power forward over the course of the season. So it's instances where there's instances where uh, PJ can come out here and air Zion little fat ass out, right? So we'll see, right? PJ ain't been looking. This is one. This is about that time. It's about that time for him to hit 5 threes, right? Because look, 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 2 for 5, 1 for 5, 1 for 5, 2 for 4, right? He ain't hit multiple threes. He ain't hit 3 threes in a while. He ain't hit 5 threes in a while. When's the last time he hit 5 threes? Damn, he ain't hit 5 threes this season. But he's hit 4. Back-to-back games right there. Sacramento, he gave Sacramento 4. It's been a while, right? What would you give 4 threes for him for? Plus 800. Like I said, looking at, and then let me see, Dallas. No, New Orleans Pelicans. So, New Orleans Pelicans, uh, they giving up the catch and shoot 3-point attempts, the corner 3-point attempts. Okay. I ain't worried about that. I need you to have Zion running out there and you steady dropping his ass off. Might take his ass for 3 threes today, 2 3 threes. You get a good number on the 2 threes for him at plus money, and then 3 threes you get for him at plus 320. And then like I say, 4 threes plus 800. It is what it is. Yeah, yeah, G. I know, man. Man, that was man. I couldn't believe it. Some told me he was gonna sell. I ain't even really get too up for it, man. Straight up, man. And damn, it is what it is, man. Today is gonna be a beautiful day. It looks good. All right, let's keep it moving, man. Uh, Same game parlay atmosphere for me, man. And I'm telling you, I really want to pull the trigger for PJ Washington 4 threes, man. I might have to, bro. Let me see something. Washington, what will I get them 4 threes the best? I think you could get it at. I think you might be able to get it better number on DraftKings. Let's see, PJ Washington 1.5 3 4 5 threes on plus 2,000 on DraftKings. Oh my God. Mm. I want DeJounte Murray to play. I want DeJounte Murray to play. I want everybody on. I want everybody to play. Everybody that got to play. Straight up. In Dallas, I want Dallas to be as short-handed as they possibly can. Because I'm probably going to end up playing that shit. Yeah, it was a good look, bro. Betting against the injury report, too, man. You know, our whole time I knew Curry's going to be out back to back, going up against Utah, and then a look ahead spot. Wait a minute. Yeah. That was a front end of a back to back? No. Yeah. Front end of a back to back going against Utah with with OKC on deck today. And I don't think he ain't played that many he ain't played that many back to backs this year, if in any at all. That read was too perfect. Too sweet. I played this 15 points straight at plus 700, so he cashed that for me. I didn't even think about the 20. He got to the 20. And I had one with him to get 20 and Shorter to get 25. Uh, that was a plus 3,000. And Shorter only got 22, 23. He needed one more bucket. That was crazy as hell. Yesterday was Captain Hook Day, but it's all good. Keeping it moving, man. Keeping it moving. Okay, the Minnesota. Oh, these are the last 2 games, right? So Minnesota Timberwolves. Look, man, these last 2 games, I ain't really, man. I ain't, man. Minnesota Timberwolves and Phoenix, like whatever, right? I mean, we got a 1 point spread here, right? I'll tell you this. What I'll tell you this is, I don't see a pathway for Nick Richards to get in foul trouble. His rebounds are sitting at 8.5. He'll get plus money for his 10 rebounds. I can see instances where he can get there, right? I can see instances where he can get there. Stay out of foul trouble, stay in the game, get your boards, get your ass out of there. So that could be in play right there. The 10 rebounds for Nick Richards. I don't like to bet the 8.5s. I just don't. I don't like this. More than likely than not, it's like 8 or 10 for me. But his rebounds opened up at what 8.5 at -120. You could get the 10 or the double double. Nick Richards, you can get that at +220, right? Um, back to the rebounds here. I do got love for I do got love for Julius Randle rebounds at 7.5. Didn't go there yet. And then the injury news. I'm leaning towards Kevin Durant being out. So you can look at the rebounds for Julius Randle. You can also look at his combo, his rebounds plus assists, because he's been dropping dimes, all sorts of shit. 12.5 rebounds plus assists is not a realm of possibilities, even 1.5 threes for Julius Randle. Anthony Edwards gonna do Anthony Edwards things, right? He's gonna come out there and shoot the three. He's gonna come out there and do all that. Okay. So I didn't really nail anything down for this one, but I think I'm gonna take a gamble on taking the 10 rebounds for Nick Richards, right? I'm gonna take a gamble on that. I think so. And then this last game here, I mean, I mean, out of respect, out of respect for this guy. Oh, it's one game we missed. I got to go back to it, right? But out of respect for my boy, no matter how old he looks and all this shit, I got to look at you got to look at Stephen Curry points, man. Hit the 22 and a half, you could miss it, man. Coming off a rest game, you can miss it. I know it's looked bad. It looks bad, but it's the chef, right? He might know something about this team. His last 4 times games versus this team, he hit this number. You want to talk about threes, head to head versus this team. You look at the 3 pointers made, he hit this number. 5 threes or better in each and every last game. He might know something about this team. Give me the over 22 and a half points for him. It's a straight bet. I don't care if you miss it or not. The number's too fucking low, right? It's too low. It's too low. So, you know, it is what it is, right? Um, I didn't take the rebounds for uh, I didn't take the rebounds for Hartenstein. Maybe a double double would be something you could take a look at, but I didn't take the rebounds. Double double at -105. Couldn't talk you off of that. I wouldn't take the under, right? It would be a double double or nothing for me if I was betting on Isaiah Hartenstein in the spot. So he's a candidate right there. That just about sums it up, right? But I got to rewind it. I got to rewind it back because I skipped over this Toronto and Washington game, right? So we do got um, we do got what do we got? We do got SAR out, right? I want to say, and that shit came out last night. It's just so Nas Reed questionable. Early questionable tags, never good. So I'm not even expecting Nas Reed to play. That's more than enough numbers of reason for me to like Julius Randle. And think about it, right? You got Nick Richards out there, but they don't run a big for they at the 4 position, right? Then you're gonna be without. I mean, you might be without Kevin Durant. Long story short, yeah, I might have to switch over to 10 rebounds for um, Julius Randle at +200, man. That might be the look. But going back over here to X, so Sam Merrill questionable, Hawkins, whatever. Sar is out. So you know what that means. They should have added him already by now. There you go. Big Joe Val, right? Double double for him. Um, is at -110. I'm probably gonna have no choice. Like these are two bigs that sit their ass right down there in the paint, right? So Joe Val can really, 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 really smash in a spot like this, bro. You see, it just went to a -115. So I expect it was just -110. You've seen that, right? Now it's -115. If you want to get on this number, you need to get on it now, right? And I might fade the other play, because I was looking at now. Bro, I'm telling you, same shit just happened. Um, Kuzma, right? We just took Kuzma's um, I just took Kuzma rebounds at 6.5, and I took his double double, right? Tell me why these motherfuckers come out there and beat the crap out of them, man. And Kuzma didn't even play the second half, man. He didn't play the second half. You might as well say he didn't. I mean, shit, he played probably 2, 3 minutes. Where the prop at, man? And one thing I know about Kuzma, Kuzma can rebound. Kuzma can rebound. So, um, look at this last 10 games. His rebound line been at 6.5. He had 6 rebounds or better in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight games, including this one here versus Dallas. Now I took the I took them up to 10 versus Dallas because they had nobody but PJ Washington and Gafford. He was cruising. He had 6. He only played 21 minutes. He was cruising. He was going to crush that. Man, this man didn't. They beat the shit out of them though. But this man, they didn't even play. He didn't even play the second half, really, man. So I guess at the end of the day, but I say, if now, so I wanted to go back to his rebounds, right? I'm still gonna probably end up going back to his rebounds, probably, right? It's a lean. I got to lean towards the over, right? Head to head versus this team. Historically, wasn't this? This was last year, but he had a 9 rebound game versus these guys last year. So whatever, right? It is what it is, right? It is what it is, right? Lean toward the over rebounds for him, but Joe Val, yeah, yes please, right? Yes please. I like his rebounds. I'm gonna like his rebounds today, right? Um, um, and Jordan Poole. So Jordan Poole, right? Got to take a look at his threes and or points, right? Um, Taking a look at defense versus position here. Um, when you're looking at the 3 pointers made, um, Toronto top 5, top 6, and giving up threes. All right, that's in general. To the point guard position, Toronto number 1 in giving up threes to the point guard position, and Toronto number 2, right behind Milwaukee, in giving up points to the power forward position. And then you got New Orleans Pelicans right there. That'll be Kyrie. Kyrie gave them boys 40 last year. But long story short, here's some of the point guards and here's some of the teams that's on the play. Some of the point guard points and some of the teams that's on the docket over the course of the season. Toronto giving up the most points to the point guard position right now, right? So we'll see what's gonna happen here because we know Poole can let it fly. So his points plus threes are in play in this spot here, right? Other guys that I did have down there that I might have to pull off would be Jakob that was before we got the SAR news. So I had Jakob before we got the SAR news, and um, yeah, I had him in there penciled in for a double double. Didn't pull the trigger on it. It was a lean, but now I might backpedal on that one and get Valanciunas in there, and then Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes. We sprinkled on his triple double last game. He ain't get there, right? He's he loading. He loading, man. But right now, defensively, if you just take a look at I got it filtered at the PRAs right now, and I mean, if you look at the power forward and just look at this team, points allowed versus power forward green, rebounds allowed versus power forward green, assists allowed versus power forward green, right? If you think he's a small forward, I don't think he's a small forward. That'll be, but you know what though? Let me see something. His points at 21 and a half. I think you take his points. Grady came up, almost went with his last name. Grady came up, I was on to pause that shit, but yeah, Grady came up questionable today, right? So I don't know if Grady's going to play, even though I don't even care if Grady plays or not, truth be told. 21 and a half points for Scotty. It's not out of the realm of possibilities here. He's got 21 points in 3 straight games. The minutes are there. The opportunity is there. Coming off 21 shot attempts last game, like, yeah, 17 shot attempts is enough for me, but 21, I would love that. So you can look at his points, you can look at his rebounds for sure. His points plus rebounds and assists. You can look at all that shit. Truth be told, you can look at all that shit, bro. Straight up. All of it. And that sums it up. I'll give you guys a quick look one more time. Then I'm going to the lab. I'm getting ready to drop plays into the Dub Club. But I'll give you guys a quick look. Pascal Siakam, he was in play for points, right? He's in play, and Tobias Harris. These are two of the worst teams defensively versus power forwards, right? So Tobias Harris hit this points prop versus team like 4 of his last 5 games. Pascal Siakam probably 4 of his last 7, but around 20 points in each and every last one of them. Miles Turner, 1.5 threes. I'm probably going to have to take him for 3. 1.5 would be a parlay piece for me. He's going to go in that 1.5 3-point parlay. He's going to go in that 3-point parlay. So last time these two teams played, we were all over it. This team gives up the most threes to the center position. He gave them 8 threes. That was about 5 games ago. Jalen Duren, head-to-head versus this team, his last 6 games gave him a double-double, each and every last one of them. Double-double at minus 125. That's an official play for me. I got 2 official plays. Azur Thompson, 3 of his last 4 games, hit his rebound prop versus this team. Last time we took him versus this team, he had 7. On parlay piece, 4.5 rebounds. It is what it is. Nick Claxton, in this matchup, give me that double double, right? At plus 300, but his rebound prop at 7.5. I'll take it over. I'll take it as a parlay piece because you're not going to get a good number for it. Well, right here, no. Let's see. Well, I don't have it up, but double double at plus 300 is definitely in play. Miles Bridges should take his points prop at 23.5. He should take 20 shots today, right? So at the end of the day here, I lean. It's a strong lean towards the over points for Miles Bridges. Nick Smith Jr. Now he should be the second in line. He should be second in line for chalkboard. Oh, I'm gonna have to get on that. Hey, Nick Smith Jr. should be second in line in usage on his team, but 3 of his last 4 games, he hit the over 3.5 assists. You'll get it at plus 108 on FanDuel. I probably would look at him for assists. And I know Misic going to be throwing assists or whatever the case may be. You could also look at Nick Smith Jr. points because he's going to be second in line, second in usage here. So his points are in play. You can look at his points plus assists. But if I'm looking for points, first stop here is going to be Miles Bridges. Probably his threes and his points. I'll probably pay him separately. Ben Simmons, rebounds and assists at 11.5 at minus 120 on FanDuel. I just peeped it. Everywhere else, the whole industry is at 12.5, minus 120 on FanDuel. I might have to sprinkle something on it. Scotty Barnes is in play for all numbers. Kyle Kuzma lean towards the over rebounds. Jakob Poeltl, I might have to pump my brakes on this. My favorite rebound prop is probably going to be Valanciunas now. Especially, and Valanciunas going up against his old team. No. Yeah. Either way it goes, that's not even a big enough narrative. The threes, numbers say Jordan Poole got a great matchup for threes and points. Malik Monk, my second official play, over 6.5 assists. I want to say 3 or 4 of his last 5 games he hit 9 assists. Eric Gordon, I did play this. I got it at minus 142, 2.5 threes. Yes, please. Right. Sacramento giving up the almost 5 3-point makes to the shooting guard position. Tyler Hero, we'll say this, right? Same game parlay atmosphere here, man. I forgot to add Donovan Mitchell while I was on stream. They ruled out Garland. So, man, this Heat game should be lit. I like it. 2.5 threes is a parlay piece for Duncan at a minus 146. I couldn't talk you off getting to 4 for him. Even plus money for Khalil Ware at plus 142 for the 1.5 threes, which he's hit this in 3 of his last 4. So it is what it is. Lonzo Ball, I'm looking at raw points for him at FanDuel 9.5 at plus 120, but also you can look at his 2.5 threes at plus 140 or some shit, right? So over 80% of his shots are coming from the field, are coming from beyond the arc. Giddy rebounds looks like the most consistent play here. Rebounds and assists are in play. Rebounds for Giddy only a lean. Vucevic double double in back to back games versus this team. He'll be added to the 1.5 3-point parlay, and he probably get added usage, right? So his points probably in play. Victor Wembanyama 2.5 3 points parlay piece for me. You can also look at his blocks at 2.5. Harden, he's been killing his assist prop, especially since the kid's been back. What's his name? Whatever his name is. Since the kid's been back from injury, Kawhi Leonard, and also I forgot to add the 2.5 threes up here. That's in play for Norman Powell. Curry, this is an honorable mention play. His points are just too low, right? He's hit this number in 5 straight games versus this team. He also had 5 threes or better in 5 straight games versus this team. He might know something versus this team. 22.5 points. It'll be a straight play for me. Won't go in a parlay or nothing like that. Julius Randle, I'm starting to like him a little bit more. His rebounds are in play. PRA is in play. I didn't play any of it. It's a lean towards the over. Aaron Gordon, his points, it's a lean towards the over, right? I lean towards the over points for him. Um, he's hitting this number. I didn't show you guys this, but he's hitting this number every other game. He's on a minutes limit, but one thing the coach will tell you, he's on the minutes limit, but they're not going to tell you when he's off the minutes limit. He hit it, he didn't. 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 Now today, he probably gonna hit it, right? Every other game, but look, 10.5 points, and then the minutes, right? The minutes are creeping up, 24 here, 22 here, whatever case may be. I can see instances where he gets there versus the New York Knicks team here. Peace out, fam. Peace out. Catch me on the internet.